Hello. Do you have living grandparents or elderly parents? Have you ever considered the thought of possibly losing a loved one, not in body, but in mind? If you've answered yes, then you know just how important it is for Alzheimer's awareness. There are more than 5 million Americans living with Alzheimer's. This is a serious problem that affects us all. Having your parents or grandparents, maybe an elderly aunt or uncle, not remember your name is unfathomable. You families do things together, whether it could be a friend also, maybe an older friend. You guys have had so many memories together and they don't remember anything because of this terrible, terrible disease. We can take steps towards erasing this disease and its depressing psychological effects on our community. Today, I will discuss how we can fight back and beat the disease as a cohesive community. The Alzheimer's Association of St. Louis was founded in 1981 and has been combating the troublesome disease ever since. The chapter provides services to over 22,000 people annually through volunteers and helplines. We can be one of those volunteers. The volunteers team up with professional staff. They know exactly what they're doing and they can help you acclimate into their system. Staff that help our community, not just outside communities, but the people that we actually know and love and really care about. According to alz.org/STL, the goal of this organization is to eliminate Alzheimer's disease through advancement of research, care, and support. According to a local staff member from the ALZ hotline, the St. Louis chapter is a tax-exempt, nonprofit, donor-supported organization. She also informed me that the programs are possible because of contributions from corporations, foundations, and just normal individuals like myself and you. So we can definitely make a difference. Don't think that it takes a special type of person to make a difference like this. Now that we have a clear understanding of this problem, let's go more in depth on how to fix it. If we would agree to take a little time out of our busy lives and busy schedules, I know that lots of people work multiple jobs now, or sometimes you get distracted with certain things, maybe a bill here, a bill there, or you just want to hang out with friends or just kind of be relaxed. But we need to give back to our communities. We will see such a better future. According to Pew Research Center, by year 2050, the elderly population will have more than doubled since the year 2005. And the sad thing is, only 7 to 10% of people affected by Alzheimer's are reached by this organization today. The goal by year 2025 is to raise that number all the way from the 7 to 10% to 80%. Alzheimer's Association of St. Louis is always looking to expand its volunteer members and create more awareness to help our local families. If we invest a little time or money now, we can ease some of our economic problems and troubles for the future. I want to show you a couple of pictures. This is the impact report of 2015 from Alzheimer's Association. And it says again, more than 5 million Americans are living with Alzheimer's. Almost 2/3 of Americans with Alzheimer's are women. African Americans and Hispanics are at increased risk of developing dementia. Only 45% of people with Alzheimer's or their caregivers report being told of their diagnosis. And in 2015 alone, Alzheimer's and other dementia cost the nation $226 billion. That's billion. In 2015, the Alzheimer's Association made investments totaling over $17 million in more than 80 scientific investigations. The St. Louis chapter raised over $400,000 locally, which resulted in another $1.1 million granted to local researchers. And again, this is just a reiteration of that 7 to 10% that's reached, and the goal is 80% by 2025. Alzheimer's Association annual funding for research today is $20 million, and by year 2025, the goal is to get $80 million. You can take a look at that. There are 1,502 active volunteers, donated over 55,000 hours, and over $1 million. That equals 26.6 full-time employees. I'm going to show you a quick video also.
The predictions are, with the baby boomers coming of age, And they don't have to come of age, because anybody can get Alzheimer's, we know that. But they're predicting that with age, that more of the baby boomers getting dementia or Alzheimer's disease or some form of memory loss, the numbers will double by the year 2020. It's very important that everybody know and understand Alzheimer's, can identify signs of Alzheimer's, know the approach, not to frighten a person, not to startle a person, know the behaviors, and more importantly, know how to help a caregiver in supporting them. So if you see a caregiver, you're a neighbor, you know they're burnt out, maybe step up and say, hey, I'll take care of your mom for tonight, why don't you go see a movie or something? Because believe it or not, little things like that mean a lot. We're never too old to learn, and we're never too old to be kind. So keep learning and be kind, because you never know what somebody's going through.
I hope that video was able to shed a little bit of light so you don't think that maybe it just happens to somebody else. Oh, it can't happen to my family, it can't happen to me. I won't know anybody like that. It can be anyone's, grandparents, friends, anybody. It can happen to you when you get older. So please take this disease very seriously. To reiterate again, in 2015 alone, Alzheimer's and other dementia cost the nation $226 billion. Believe me, we don't need to add any more national debt, or especially not any local debt either. The politicians are doing a good enough job at that, and they don't need anyone else to help them. The time for action is now, right in this moment. So now we've covered the statistics and importance, I will discuss the benefits. Fighting Alzheimer's benefits us intellectually and makes our community more autonomous. We don't have to rely on anybody else. We can build each other up together. There are 5 million Americans living with this disease. Studies have found that learning a new language or intellectual conversation all help fight Alzheimer's. We'd be killing 2 birds with 1 stone, better educating ourselves, while we also fight off this disease. And when we better educate ourselves, that would make us be able to compete with countries like China and Japan and any other countries that want to compete with the United States of America. Secondly, by eliminating Alzheimer's, we will be bringing psychologically tormented families closer together. By volunteering, we are giving this organization all the resources it needs to make a cohesive community. Let's work together to decrease Alzheimer's numbers. The volunteering efforts or monetary donations are something that you can add to a resume or a tax write-off, so you still benefit from it. Everybody benefits. Now we know what our volunteer and donation efforts are. We can restore families and communities that we value so much. Today I discussed why we all should volunteer or donate to combat Alzheimer's. Provided stats and the fact that this disease doesn't just affect the old or the people who actually physically suffer for it, but there's psychological aspects that affect their family members and their friends and people that know them and love them. We all have people that we know and love, and we want the best for them. According to Agnew and Morris, the risk of cognitive decline is significantly lower for people who are healthy and psychologically flexible and have high education levels. We will all get old one day. Material things may be temporal, but memories should last a lifetime. I'm going to show you the last sheet with the information and the contacts on it for you. Please make a difference.